you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Former President Trump shot during a rally this evening in Pennsylvania. The president was hurt, rushed away by Secret Service. Pictures here showing the former president's bloodied face. Secret Service agents surrounding him after he ducked behind a podium when those shots were fired. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. Justin, we are now hearing from witnesses of that shooting at that rally. Take a listen.
More like what we heard. The bullets rattling around the grandstand. One hit the speaker tower, and then chaos broke. We hit the ground, and the police converged to the grandstands.
Right now, according to law enforcement officials, the suspected shooter is dead, as well as someone who was attending that rally. We also just learned another attendee was taken to the hospital. The Secret Service says the former president is safe. He says that he was shot in the upper right portion of his ear just moments ago is what he says online. Law enforcement officials also say shooting at the Trump rally, it's being investigated as an attempted assassination of the ex-president. President Joe Biden just addressed the shooting a short time ago. He's in Delaware right now. Take a listen.
Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot.
And we have team coverage tonight. The White House is, of course, monitoring this situation. That's where our Dave Laval is standing by with how locals and lawmakers are responding. So the former president is at the hospital. But first, we want to get to our national correspondent with more.
A searing moment Saturday afternoon. Former President Donald Trump rushed away from a rally after the sound of gunshots rang out.
That said, take a look at what happened.
Former President Trump grabbed his face and ducked, Secret Service rushing to the stage to protect him.
Wait.
As they lift him up, a fist pump from the former president. Photos show what appears to be blood on his face. His spokesperson says President Trump is fine and being checked out at a local medical facility. The Secret Service adds the former president is safe. The White House says President Biden received a briefing on the incident. In a statement, President Biden says he's grateful former President Trump is safe and is praying for him, his family, and those at the rally. As the investigation begins, well wishes are pouring in from both parties. In Washington, I'm Vinay Simlot.
All right, as we mentioned before, our Dave Laval is joining us live from outside of the White House at Lafayette Square Park with a reaction from the crowd that's gathered there. Dave, what's going on?
Well, right now we can tell you Lafayette Square remains shut down until further notice. Visitors told us it happened shortly after word about the attack on the former president took place. The park, if you've been down here, you know it's one of the places people pass through to get up close to the White House fence. We've got some, I can't tell if they're protesters beside me that are making statements regarding what happened. But as we said, Park Police and Secret Service Police have closed off all the entrances around the White House here on the north side, the east, west, all around the White House. So this is as close as you're going to be able to get to it. Earlier, we talked to several people about the attack on the former president, including some people from the DMV. Here's what they had to say.
It's shocking, right? You don't expect that this is going to happen, but I think they're just going to have to take even more precautions going forward. Hopefully, he turns out okay, everything's fine.
It's sad, I mean, whatever party you stand with, you don't want to see things escalate to violence. So whether it was Joe Biden on that stand or whether it's Donald Trump on that stand, they both have children and nobody wants to see their dad shot on live television.
And again, Lafayette Square remains closed until further notice. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, Dave, we'll check in with you in just a few moments. This video right here is showing the moment that Trump's motorcade sped away from that rally. We are also hearing from somebody who was in the front row. That was Pennsylvania Republican Senate candidate Dave McCormick. He told Politico it appears that somebody just behind him was shot. He described the scene, quote, all of a sudden, shots started to crack. Someone behind me appeared to have been shot. There was lots of blood. And then the Secret Service was all over President Trump. The Secret Service, meantime, released a statement saying that they implemented protective measures and the former president is safe. This is now an active Secret Service investigation, and further information will be released when it's available. Meantime, the founder of the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism sat down with our sister station, KTLA, and explains the Secret Service response.
What I think you're looking at is a textbook response by specialized folks in the Secret Service, as well as, and that's the thing, I don't know if that's the counter assault team, that were the SWAT folks that responded, or local police. But the bottom line is, what you had is he went to the ground, then textbook, they surrounded him, and they got him to that armored SUV vehicle and out of the area.
That expert also praised the SWAT team in attendance who turned their back on the former president. You can see right there and look through the crowd searching for suspected gunmen.